Good morning, students. How are you doing? I really miss you. Tell me about your holiday and what you're doing. I hope to see you back soon, and until then, try to stay clean, eat healthy, and listen to your moms. So, today we will start our online classes, and we will start the first day with the grammar lesson. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them later. Okay, so try to stay focused with me, and I will be happy to answer your questions later, as I said. So, today we're going to talk about verbs in the future and the past. We know that verbs are actions or action words. They tell about what things are doing or what people are doing. So those verbs, they happen in specific times. Today we're talking about two different times, the time in the future and the time in the past. So the time in the future tells about things that did not happen yet. They are going to happen later, or they will happen next week or next month or next day or next year, for example. So they will happen later. Okay? And past tells about the things that happened earlier, like, for example, yesterday or last week or last month or earlier in the morning or last night. So we have to use some words to tell with the verbs to tell about the time that you are using. So now, if we're talking about the if we are talking about the future, we have to use the word will before using the verb. For example, I will finish my homework. I will finish my homework before I go to play. So here, the word finish is the main verb in this sentence. And that means I did not finish my homework yet. I am going to finish it later. So I have to use the word will to tell about the future. I will finish my homework. Then, if we're talking about the past, you have to use ed with some verbs. For example, I finished my homework, then went to play, or then played. I finished my homework, then played. Ed tells about things that happened and finished, for example. So you're already done with your homework, so you can go to play now. Okay? So remember to use will with the future and ed with the past. Now let's go to the book, the RWN book, pages 367, 374, and 376. So those pages, you're going to solve them in your copybook, and then take a picture for them and show me the correct answers. I'm waiting for your answers and your questions if you have any. Okay, now let's go to the book. So here, verbs for past and for future. A verb can tell what happens in the past. Some verbs that tell about the past end with ed. A verb can tell what happens in the future. It can begin with will. So for example, frog walked. Ed means something happened in the past. Frog will walk. Will walk means something that is going to happen or about to happen. So that means the future. I will read the words for you in the box, and I want you to put them in the correct places under the word the past or under the word future if they are in the future. Will tell, liked, jumped, helped, will play, will ask. Now, after you write the words, say each verb you wrote in a sentence. Make a sentence of your own using those words in the past and in the future. Okay? The next page we have, as we always do, you have to make some sentences also using the words in the past and the words in the future. So the first part says, in the past you were a baby. Tell about things you did then. So what did you do when you were a baby? Tell me about that, and remember to use the verbs correctly. What do we use with the future? Do we use will or ed at the end of the verb? And now you are in the first grade. Tell about things that you will do in the future. What do you do in the future? The future could be tomorrow, the future could be next week, it could be next month, it could be in the holiday, it could be in the second grade, it could be when you grow up. So tell me three things about what you want to do in the future, and remember to use the word with the correct verb. Okay? And answer those questions and show them to me later when you're done. I'm waiting for you. Now, the last word or the last paper that we would normally have for homework also, you have to mark the correct sentence from the three sentences. I'm going to read the first one and answer it for you. Listen to me carefully. It's the same sentence. All the difference in the three sentences is with the word or the verb. What is the main verb here? Last week, Frog planted seeds in the garden. So here the main verb is planted. Planted is the main verb. Sorry. Planted is the main verb. So are we going to use with last week planted, or last week frog plants, or last week frog plant? Yes, you are correct. For last week, we have to use the verb with ed because it's something happened in the past. So last week, Frog planted seeds in the garden. Excellent. Now I'm waiting for your answers. Stay at home, stay safe, and I'm waiting for you. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.